You lazy man. Get up. Today's fit. Hey guys. New to the channel, my name is Soya. If you're not new, hey guys. Nice to see you again. Thanks for tuning in all the time. I appreciate you guys so much. So today's video is really about things that I was told I could not do once I got my hair locked. So before I actually locked my hair, I already knew like a gist of things that I probably wasn't going to be able to do just by watching YouTube videos. But when I actually came in for my consultation, that's when she told me like the deets. And you know, this video is just based off of my experience. As a reminder for all of my videos, it's what my loctician told me from when it comes to starting my journey. Every loctician is different. There's no right or wrong book or anything like that. It's just preference. That's it. Just want to share this with you guys. Preference is just whatever resonates with you. So if what I'm telling you resonates with you, cool. If it doesn't, it's just information that's new to you then. Now, let's get to the deets. So the first thing that she told me when I got my locks, she said, this is one that y'all probably already know, but it's color. She told me I couldn't dye my hair when I get my locks. She said when I came in for my consultation before getting my locks installed, it was like a couple months. It was a good amount of months before I actually got them installed. She said, if you want to dye your hair, go ahead and dye it right now and take care of it as best as you can so it's in its healthiest state before you start your locks. Because once you start your locks, you can't dye it in that beginning stage because I'm not able to add no moisture or anything like that. So it's not going to be in its best state to be healthy while being dyed at the same time. It's actually going to do the opposite and break off your hair, and eventually your hair might get damaged, your locks might get damaged, and then it's going to be a waste of money. If you think about it, like when you come in for your consultation, they do like a hair assessment to see like the texture of your hair, like how thick it is, what type of hair you have, and like how long it is and everything like that to determine how they're going to go about locking your hair. So after that consultation, anything you do to change up the texture of your hair is up in the air as far as how your hair is going to turn out. They can't really give you a guide of how it might turn out because dyeing your hair, believe it or not, changes the texture of your hair and the moisture inside your hair. It's going to make your hair drier. And for me, when I dye my hair, it makes my hair a little bit more looser textured. It's not really as dense and it's not really as like strong. So yeah, she was like, you can't dye your hair until after your hair is basically mature. And she said it takes like 1 to 2 years for your hair to mature. It really just depends on the person. I personally, so before I actually got my locks, before I was even thinking about getting locks, I dyed my hair brown. You could see the tips right here of the brownness and everything like that. But personally, as far as the future, when it comes to dyeing locks, I don't know for sure if I'm going to dye my locks. Most likely in the future, like way, way, way down, I'm talking about like years, like at least 4 to 5 years, I might dye my locks. But I'm kind of scared to dye my locks because I've heard so many stories of people dyeing their locks and their locks falling out. That's like very traumatizing to me. It's like a huge fear. So I think I'm gonna wait, and if I do it, I'm gonna make sure I go to a professional. So make sure you go to a professional, because a professional that knows how to dye locks, not just hair, locks. Because it's a huge difference between dyeing locks and dyeing hair. But yeah, I was told that I could not dye my hair. Next thing is the moisture. I was told that I wasn't able to put any moisture in my hair. I couldn't put any oils. I couldn't put no lotions. I couldn't use no conditioner. Like, and the only shampoo I could use was the Sisterlocks shampoo. I can't have like the regular shampoos with all the oils and nutrients and stuff in it. Like, it was just bland. I know some locticians, they say you can use like rose water and stuff like that, but my loctician, she told me not to use any of that. And I think I'm just gonna stick to what she's saying because it's been working so far, and people have been giving me advice of what to use for my locks and everything like that, and I highly appreciate it, like all the advice that everybody's giving me. I'm definitely gonna probably take some of those tips in the future, but right now, since we're just starting, I'm not even like halfway locked yet. Like, I'm not anywhere. Next tip is that you cannot, I was not able to wash my hair. I was told I cannot wash my hair without banding or braiding or doing some form of that, or else my hair was gonna get like loose and unravel. And that was big to me, but it makes sense because, you know, water is kind of like moisture in products and stuff like that. So if you just leave water in your hair, it's gonna unravel and stuff like that, just like if you were to leave some cream or some oils in your hair and stuff like that over time. It helps loosen up and untangle everything, which I don't want it to be untangled. I want it to be tangled. 2 last things that I was told that I could not do. This is really like geared towards me because I kind of procrastinate when it comes to my hair, taking care of it, which is why I got locks in the first place. But I was told I can't wait too long to wash my hair. So typically before I had locks, I was washing my hair 1 time a month, but she said, you know, to wash it every 2 weeks, but I've been washing it every 3 weeks because I don't want my scalp to get too dry and stuff like that. So that was an adjustment that I had to make as far as like things that I couldn't do. So instead of being laxy daisy and only washing once a month, I have to wash every 2 to 3 weeks. But yeah, another reason why I was told that I had to wash my hair more often is because with my hair being locked and it being so thick, it's gonna grasp onto anything that it can and keep it in there as much as it can. So I had to keep it clean because it could get, you know, all gunked up and nasty, and that's the last thing that I want to happen to it. Combination with waiting too long to do stuff for your hair, you cannot wait too long to retie your hair. I used to do like locks, like faux locks. I used to do crochet hairstyles. I used to get my hair braided or twisted by the Africans, and they used to last me like 2 to 3 months. I used to have, they were just in there, you know, just taking care of them and making it last as long as possible. But I would still wash them in between having them on and stuff like that. But she said you have to come back for your reties when you do for your reties, because if you don't, you're gonna have negative consequences of basically like slippage. You could have like, you know, it's a whole lot of things that you could have. So even if you're not coming in for your retie, or you come in for your retie but you're not actually good for a retie as far as like doing it that time, my loctician, she lets me know. Like I've came in for a retie before when I was supposed to be due, and she looked at my hair. She said, you're not ready for a retie, come back in like 2 weeks and stuff like that. But she's still monitoring and looking at your hair to see how everything's going. It's like an appointment, a lock appointment, checkup. Those are like all my tips that I have for you guys. Not really tips, but that's the sum of all the things that I was told that I could not do when I started my locks. That's all gonna change when I'm actually locked. So if you guys have any other things that, you know, your loctician told you, or just like your experience of when you first started your locks, things that you couldn't do that could kind of like reverse the maturing process and stuff like that, please list it down below and let me know. I would be very interested to know, because maybe it's something else that might help me in the future. I might be doing some stuff that I don't know that I'm doing. Help me. Thank you for watching this video, guys. See you next time.